If you've been paying attention to AI lately, you've probably noticed the developments have been pretty nuts. And me being a videographer and photographer myself, the developments on that side have been insane. Like, this is getting to a point now where you can start to use that in your everyday workflow. And one thing I've been keeping my eye on especially is the development of Kling AI. Now, right now, they're on 2.6, and I've heard that 3.0 is just around the corner, and I am so excited to go through what is looking like, from rumours, that's happening with 3.0 right now. There's loads of chat about it in blog posts, discussion forums, and also creators that maybe know a bit more than most of us do. It seems like they're starting to connect the dots between it all. But anyway, in this video, I want to break down what has been said so far, what it's looking like is going to happen, and what to expect as a creative in the AI space. So for those of you who didn't already know, Kling is a visual AI tool, and it's mainly geared towards making videos. And they've got a couple of different versions. There's one right now where, as you can see, we've taken the number plate off of this car. Now, that is insane. This is a clip that I've already filmed, but I was like, do you know what? I want the number plate off the car, just to have a little muck around. So that's their 01 feature. They've got 2.6 as well. What I feel is best for it is if you put a photo into it, and then it will basically create a video from that image. So this is great for something like photographers who, obviously, in the ever-changing world of needing to post out videos and reels, if you want to keep true to who you are as a photographer, what you could do is just get AI to animate your images that you've already taken. Now, a great example is this one here. This was literally an image that I took over Christmas time. I wanted it to make like a time lapse whilst it was like orbiting around as well, because I wanted to turn those images into a video, because we all know that reels perform better. And I think it did a pretty sick job. Let me just show you another one. I mean, it's a bit weird how it made the people come here, but there we go. Even just that clip there. I don't know why they were running at the end, but you can kind of get the idea that you can start to animate stuff, and it does a pretty good job. This one was interesting actually. I did like light trails as a photo and got it to animate that as well. And by the way, that was using Kling 2.6. Now, as good as it is right now, we have been waiting for an update. It's probably been like a couple of months now since we had the last update for Kling. What I'm interested to see is what level that it gets to now, because it's going to take it to the next level. Come on, we were on 2.5. and then 2.6. Now we're moving into version 3.0. I think there's going to be some sort of big jump. Anyway, basically, how I made all of these, by the way, was by first using the image generator. I was using Nano Banana Pro, and this is all done on Higgsfield. Now, Higgsfield is a platform where you can access pretty much every AI model when it comes to image and video generation, or at least the large majority of them. And one thing that I noticed about it as well, it is probably the best value for money. The cost to credits to generations is probably the cheapest platform that I've come across anyway. And yeah, I just like that it's all integrated in one. Now, one thing that made my life 10 times easier when doing video generations and stuff is if you go up here, you can do all of these preset effects. Look, you can see all of these movements here. These are literally just preset effects that you can add to your videos. Now, if we go to the previous version, because we've got start to end ones, so imagine, yeah, we can do like transitions between one clip to the next, or one photo to the next, should we say. It is mad some of the stuff that you can do with this, like absolutely insane. Like, I just love all of these features about it, and just the ease of use, to be honest. Anyway, what can we expect from 3.0? So first thing, couple of things from Reddit, and then I'll go into a couple of notes that I've made. So these should be the 4 minimum things that we should see. So native 4K and 60 frames per second workflow. Now this right here, for what I do, is going to be perfect, because my camera shoots 4K 60 frames per second. Being able to now do slow motion stuff with AI is game changing, and in 4K as well. I mean, 1080p is good enough, but 4K, imagine the detail that you're going to get with 4K. Insane. And we're looking to get regional in-painting as well. So, obviously before we had like text-based editing, but now apparently we're going to be able to bring like a pixel level selection. So we don't need to regenerate the whole clip to like edit one little part, which is probably like one of the biggest frustrations when it comes to using AI. Because you know what it's like. You do something and then it changes like something that you didn't ask it to. I mean, a perfect example of that is this Porsche here. As you can see, it's done what I asked. It's changed the number plate, well, removed the number plate, but it's changed the color of the car to white. The car wasn't white in the original clip. It's mistakes like these that I'm hoping, because obviously you should be able to, with your mouse, just draw around the number plate area and then it should just only adjust that bit. Well, that's my thoughts on it anyway. I don't actually know. And it also looked like it's going to be making the motion a lot better and a lot more natural. Because yeah, you know you have these weird glitches when it comes to AI. Just any certain movements where objects are getting touched and they might look like they're getting passed through and stuff, weird stuff like that. It looks like they're going to be addressing that issue. Now this one here, if this is true, it's going to push the generation to 30 to 60 seconds long. Now can we just deep that a whole reel is like 30 to 60 seconds long? You could create a whole reel just from one generation. That is literally nuts. At the moment, I'm having to piece different clips together. I mean, Kling at the moment, I think is sitting at about 10 seconds. So if I want a 30-second clip, I've got to do 3 10-second clips. Whereas this one can seamlessly, I guess, like move from shots or whatever it's doing, all in one clip. Whereas I have to manually go and edit. Right, let's move on to a few of my notes now. So it should be having smarter decision making when it comes across making scenes. Now, macro shots with crispy details as well. On 2.6, the skin textures were absolutely insane. I don't know how they can get much better than that, but apparently they're going to be pushing for even better close-up details. I'm guessing they mean more like textures on objects and stuff like that. Because like I say, the skin was flawless. Now they're going to be adding it to that. On top of that as well, we've got the physics, and it also looks like they're going to be introducing custom multi-shots. Now this is something on VO which sets VO apart from the rest of them, is that obviously there's multi-shots. So you could literally make a whole advert essentially from one generation. I'm not going to lie, Kling is always my go-to, and I've had to make adverts, especially for like things like TikTok Shop. I've had to do that manually. Just Kling's video output is a lot better. But now, if they're going to be adding multi-shots, then I will only need to do one generation for some of it. And that's going to be insane. That's going to save time on editing, piecing things together, which I can't wait to see. And obviously it will flow a lot more seamlessly. So why is this going to matter for other creators just like myself? Well, we're going to be babysitting outputs a lot less. Currently, there are a lot of amendments and changes that we have to make to generations, basically. And this is now going to allow, or I'm hoping that it's going to allow, that we won't have to be regenerating and regenerating over and over again, which is going to take up less of our day. Because what I like to do is, especially when I'm working on multiple things at once, I like to just leave a generation to go and do its thing in the background. But if you're constantly every 5 minutes having to go back to it and tweak it and stuff like that, it's just, it takes up your time. It's going to be even better for coming up with concepts, even like spec work. So imagine now, yeah, I'm a creator, I don't have much experience in the industry, but I have all the ideas in my head, but I want to get a bigger brand on board. Now, they're not just going to pick you because obviously you haven't got the social proof. But what you can do, which will put you above everybody else, is you can come in and be like, right, bang, I've got this idea for you. I think this is going to do well, and this is what it's going to look like. So before you've gone and shot it, you can come up with some sort of storyline or whatever it is, like some sort of design that you send to them and you show them, this is what I can do for you. What I'm saying is that for real production shoots, you can see how something's going to look before it's even come out. So I'm even thinking, when you're making changes to like a plan, when you're coming up with a plan, it's going to allow you to come up with a much more solid plan, because you can go, right, if we want this shot after this shot, is that going to look okay? And instead of, I don't know, getting to the shoot and overshooting, you can just try it before you've even gone on set, see if it works. If it doesn't, you cut it out the plan. And then that's going to save you hours of time on set. It's going to be more efficient. It's going to save on costs, like if you're renting spaces to film, studios, all of that sort of stuff, because you've already done the testing before you've even arrived on the shoot. Now this is going to allow you to deliver a much better customer service, and it's going to allow you to move at speed that you just couldn't move at before. Now if you actually want to be one of the first to access this tool, and I think you should be, just so you can get ahead of the game, then I would head over to Higgsfield and sign up. Because like I say, the ease of use of it, it's just an all-round sick platform. The fact that everything's where you need it to be. Like I say, you can create all of the images using Google's Nano Banana. They have some sick offers all of the time, like you can save a ton of money. I saved something like $1,700 on my first year of subscription. But this is just one of the many tools that they have. They've got so many different options. You can even make like an AI influencer for flip's sake. But yeah, you can do stuff like a tool called In Paint. So when you're doing your images, you can select around where it is that you want to change. There's so many different tools that just link this all together. You can do it, like I say, you can do it all in one platform. You can generate the image. So say that we have an image, just from a video that I made the other day. We can then go to animate, and then bang, with Kling, we can come up with, put our prompt in, do what it is. We've even got unlimited mode at the moment. Here we can make our generation, choose how long we want it to be, the aspect ratio, audio, adding audio to it. And like I say, if you want to be the first to try this tool, then get onto Higgsfield, sign up, and choose one of their packages. Now, forgive me if I'm wrong, I think it's the Creator or the Ultimate Bundle. You might get unlimited generations for like a certain amount of time. That's what happened when I signed up anyway. I mean, as you can see right now, you've got unlimited mode, so I don't even need to pay for these generations to muck around with it. Now, I must say that nothing is confirmed yet in regards to Kling 3.0. These are just speculations, but it seems like very exciting times. I mean, it does kind of align with like what the next steps would be, considering where we currently are with AI. I think these sort of things are probably going to be true, or at least some of them anyway, and it is a super exciting time, especially to get into AI. If you're a creator, if you're a videographer, photographer, I know it might seem daunting, I know it might seem that AI is taking over the industry or whatever, but I do encourage you, just give it a try. Just see if it could help your workflow at all, like with speeding stuff up. We've all got creative minds. That's where we really stand out from other people. It's what goes on in here, and this is just another way to channel that. And even if just a little chunk of what we discussed today is actually true, it's going to be game changing. It's going to take things to the next level. Even if the motion is a lot better. I mean, you save hours on regenerations. It's literally a no-brainer. But anyway, I'm going to be keeping an eye out. I might be putting bits out on social media as stuff starts to develop. And I will create another video once this tool's actually arrived and I start using it, mucking around, showing you guys exactly what I've created with it.